This is... I actually don't know if that recorded. No, okay. I'm gonna start over. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nick S. of the Bonehead Clan. I'm here in my room with Matt trying to sleep in the background. It's 8:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm gonna show off a bunch of my Skate 3 maps. Initially I did a few of them. Maybe I'll do 3 or 2 in a video. Sometimes I do 4, I think, but so far 2 and 3. Today I'm going to try to knock out a bunch, so I'm probably going to do 3 different live streams, maybe just 2. One has a bunch of video game levels, that's the one I'm going to do first, and the second one has a bunch of just other levels I've made that don't really fit a category, but I like them. And then I have 2 more. Well, you know, I suppose I could shove those into these as well, but I think I'll give them their own videos. So, first one to live stream today. Let me go to my skate parks. By the way, if anyone's interested in downloading my maps, what you can do is you go to Online Team, you go to Team Finder, and under the team you type in the Bonehead Clan, all one word, just like how it's spelled on the YouTube channel. Then under my maps you can see everything I've uploaded, and I have pretty much everything up there except maybe some test levels and other versions of levels. So pretty much anything that I've shown you can play. But we're going to start out with good old-fashioned Green Hill Zone. Well, you know what? I've showed a lot of Sonic. Maybe I should start out with Mario World. So let me see. I think back in the day I actually had to download them again. I uploaded them. So I'm going to be playing it off of my downloads, even though I did make the level. So this is World 1-1 from Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo Entertainment System. By Nintendo. Exciting stuff. So let's take a look around while we're on foot here. This is another one of my linear levels. So a lot like Mario Bros, you're on this single path of just bricks. Here they actually do go all the way down. I thought about revisiting this level. Ignore that, that's my phone. I thought about revisiting this level and remaking it, adding some changes and whatnot, but I don't think I really give a shit. I like it how it is, and I've remade enough levels. So, let's just go at it. This was one of the early maps that I made. I don't remember how early on, but it was pretty early. Might have even been like one of like the 3rd map or something like that. It's pretty much a straightaway in the beginning, right? And then once you get over here, you know, that's the ramp or the hump in the ground, the steps. And then you smack Bowser's flag. So let's see that from a nice side view here, right? It's da 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 da. By the way, there's not going to be music in this one because it's a live stream, and I don't know if I can put music on the live stream with the program I'm using, so I'm not even going to bother. But as you see, go the jump down there, go through the little warp pipe. You hop over this, and I actually did go through the effort of putting a piranha plant, even though it's just a red shark. You keep going, there's a pitfall with some death water. Go over here, zip up, drop the flag, so that's where we are. So let's start out right up top there, because I fell over at the last part. I'm probably not going to be too rambunctious while I'm narrating, because again, Matt's trying to sleep, even though I don't even think me talking quietly is going to help much. Let's try that again. Fucking shit nipples, we're all the way over here. Believe it or not, I fuck up this map a lot. It may seem simple, but nailing each jump can actually be a bit tricky. I don't know. You know, last time I did this, I couldn't figure out how to view the live chat, so maybe I should try to do that before I continue any further. And it still says I'm streaming, so I don't quite know how to see that. Maybe I go to dashboard? No. Creator Studio. It's very possible that I'm actually not streaming and I'm just an idiot. No, there it is. It says, watch me playing a great game. So let me see if I can edit this while it's going on. Yeah, that works. Oh, look, there I am, right there. Okay. Now, in terms of Mario games, I really enjoyed Super Mario 64, although I've never beaten it. I actually keep starting it and stopping it, and then a lot of times, like, my friends have finished it while I was in the middle of a playthrough, so then it's like, alright, now I have to wait until I feel like playing it again, because otherwise I have to start from the beginning, and it loses its luster. I think to date, the only Mario mainline game I've finished is Super Mario Sunshine, but that game is fucking incredible. I really do love Super Mario 64, so... Oh, okay there, buddy. Haven't played Mario Galaxy. Here it's really good, but unfortunately it's got motion controls. And while they can work well, I'd rather just hold a controller, so that's what's kind of stopped me from playing that game. I know my friend Tom also kept wanting to play it when he was coming over, even though he had it himself, but I'm not sure why. And then I think that was kind of one reason that made me not want to play it. At least right away. I have Odyssey, but I don't have a Switch, so I can't play that. I wanted to replay Sunshine. I thought they were going to do an HD re-release on the Wii U, because they did it with Wind Waker, they did it with Twilight Princess. You'd think, like, the coolest fucking Mario game, but no. No, let's just not give people what they want. Instead, charge them $60 for the same game and a toy. For those of you who don't know, I'm referring to Twilight Princess HD's re-release, where it came with an amiibo for $60 again, without adding too much substantial new content. This is for me, who doesn't really give a shit about amiibos. That means I'm paying $60. And by the way, too, if you trade that game into GameStop, or you want to get it from GameStop with, like, not used, you know, pre-owned, it's still $60. It's still whatever, $55. They don't consider the amiibo part of that $60 price tag. So, it's only beneficial if you buy it brand new, if you want the amiibo. Otherwise, you're getting ripped off. I have it for the Wii. And again, as I said, I'm not too big of a fan of motion controls, but I also don't want to hold a giant screen, so that leaves the GameCube version, which pretty much all the versions are inferior to each other in some way. There's no real definitive version. It's either you hold a giant screen for a controller, you have to use motion controls, or you have to play the game in a smaller aspect ratio and not be able to swing your sword while moving, if I'm not mistaken. That might be on horseback, I'm not sure. I have to give those games a try. I'm sorry, I kept just doing this part over and over. Let me move on. Matt was playing Ocarina of Time. I'm not a Zelda guy, by the way. I didn't like Wind Waker, although I want to give it another try. I really wanted to play Majora's Mask, but I feel like I should play Ocarina first, otherwise it's going to be lost on me a little bit. And Matt was playing Ocarina, and I'm interested. That game is kind of cool. It's also kind of dumb. It's kind of hard. It's confusing. And it's also really, really buggy. And it's showing its age. Game design-wise, you know, it has a neat story. The gameplay concepts were cool for their time and still work today. It's just, son of a bitch. It's how they feel to control. Like the lock-on button, for example. It doesn't even always lock on. I don't know of any other game that the lock-on button fails to lock on. I have had some where it does, and it just doesn't, but there's usually an enemy is too far away, or there's nothing around to lock on to. In this game, it'll still activate what lock-on does without locking on to anything, which is a very big problem because it's a toggle, not a hold. So if you toggle that, and you think you locked onto something, and you didn't, now you have to press it again, but now you're stuck in the sidestep mode until you do, and that's how you get killed a lot very easily. Very, very big problem with Ocarina of Time. But I would like to give the Zelda series a try. The original's neat. Ocarina of Time seems... I really want to play Majora's Mask, so I gotta play Ocarina of Time in order to play that. Whee! Breath of the Wild was fun. I hear that's nothing like a traditional Zelda game. Which is... It's funny, it gets a lot of praise, but to me the game seems a lot of, hey, your weapon broke, go get a new one. Hey, you're climbing, but you're about to fall. Sorry, you know. So it's, the gameplay is, when it's combat, which is a big focus, it'll stop you because your weapons break. And when it's climbing, which is a big focus, it'll stop you because you run out of stamina. I'm like, how is that good game design? That's annoying. And I get it, yeah, you can't climb forever, and a weapon maybe wouldn't last forever. You know, that's why I like Dead Rising 2, or weapons break. But running out of stamina has always bothered me in games. Especially like in Grand Theft Auto when you're running. Like, that's so annoying. Never enjoyed it. One second. I hope you enjoyed my consecutive jumping for about 20 seconds. This is Bowser's Castle, so after we've gone through this treacherous, perilous path here, which I guess I should have explained this a little more. Let me go over here. So, as the beginning, you know, you have like little warp pipes and stuff in the regular brick houses. Then I kind of improvised a bit, so I had it so you go into Bowser's Castle, and then just like, well, that doesn't look good. Just like the blue pipe, you go down into the underground, except I made it like a little skate park here. Then you go back outside, more of the kind of brick layered thing. In, I think, Mario Bros. 3, there are green vines that go up into the clouds. That's what this is supposed to be. Some more pipes, you go through a bigger pipe. And then, you know, I just try to utilize it for skating. And here we go. Let's go into Bowser's Castle now, huh? Let's get excited. Do. And Bowser's Castle is fairly small here. You know, he's not the same as he used to be now. He has a low-rent castle. He actually doesn't have his own throne room anymore, and he had to lay off a lot of his staff, so it's been a lot harder for him to kidnap Princess Peach. He's gone into renting out the place to skateboarders like myself, but of course, skateboarders like myself don't want to pay. They just want to rip and shred, so he's been losing a lot of money lately. Luckily, I hear he's coming back in the new Smash Bros, so he might be able to save face again, make some money, you know, royalties and all that. So my heart goes out to the Koopa Man. Yeah, this is just a fun little area here. And this kind of goes into how my old design philosophy was with Skate 3 maps, where I liked Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. Not the game. I haven't played the game, actually. I don't intend to play it with motion controls, but I hear the PS2 version is kind of like ugly to play through, so I don't know how I'm going to do that. Maybe an emulator, I could use a controller. But it was more, hey, make a linear level with some skate parks in between and at the end and the beginning. So beginning, between, and end. But there was also a lot of linearity to it. And what's actually cool here is I couldn't make it so you can go all the way back to the beginning, but in the dark, I actually did put a pipe, which will take you back to the blue underground section, the da-na-na-na-na-na, that part. And it's, I don't know how it looks on YouTube. It might look really dark. For me, it looks somewhat bright. But once you get to the end, you actually have to do a coffin. To do a coffin, you hold both triggers, and then square and X on PlayStation, or X and A on Xbox. So the two leftmost face buttons. I say leftmost, meaning the bottom and the left button. Triangle and circle I consider top or rightmost. Man, never have I more trouble. Never in my life have I had more trouble getting upstairs in a video game. And that's pretty much it for Mario World. Now, you might be thinking, well, hey, Mario sucks. You're right. Mario does suck. Let's get my boy Sonic on the field. Green Hill Zone. Let's do it. This is Green Hill Zone. This is another one of the early maps I made. I'm still pretty happy with this one, because I think it does look a lot like Green Hill. Now again, it's meant to be played in a linear way, so when you look at it, this is kind of how I would show it off. Going back to early design philosophies, it was more about, hey, let me make something that looks cool rather than making it functional, which I'm very much the opposite nowadays. So you used to actually be able to get over this whole thing and land there. For some reason now, it seems like you can't make the jump quite. I'm not sure. But this is how the path goes. That's one of the checkpoints. Over here, you actually have a little tunnel, like in the game. You break through the wall. So from 2D, it looks like you just broke through the wall. Then you have a nice little skate park area. Right? You go through a tube. You can go up one of the hills. It is Green Hill after all. Which then, once you drop down, you can actually do the loop-de-loop. Let's see if I can. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look fun? A nice little waterfall. A nice another waterfall with a bridge. Platforms, and then you get to the end and you're supposed to fight Robotnik. This is this is Eggman. Look at him. Yeah, there he is. He's lost a lot of weight, as you can see. What is that in the trash? I want to see what texture that is. I can't actually tell. It looks like a sprite from like a old shooter game. I'm not sure what that is. Well, anyway, it's not important. Let us do the map. That happens a lot. That didn't used to happen, but now it happens all the time. Yeah, look at that. You can actually skate it back a little bit, but you can't go past here, really. Maybe if you have enough speed, but I've never been able to do it personally. Again, all of the maps I'm showing you can download yourself. I don't know if they are cross-platform compatible. So I made these on the PlayStation 3. I remember you could download them from the website. So I think you can actually download PC maps to your 360 and PS3. So you might be able to download them no matter what console you're on. I'm not sure, though. Oh, but if you want to, you go to Team Finder, you type in the Bonehead Clan, all one word, just like it's spelled on the channel. And I have maps from Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario, I was about to say Jak and Daxter, but that's in my Tony Hawk map. So I have it from Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, I have Dead Space, I have original maps. I actually have, one of my favorites is City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2 I made. I can't remember the other ones I made. A lot of Mario and Sonic stuff, but this one today is all video game world, so I'll even be showing something like Dead Space. That'll be fun. Let's see if I can't do this. Nah, whatever, I'll just go ahead. Yeah, it's about time. I wonder when they're gonna make the next Sonic game. Both 2D and 3D, because both Mania and Forces just came out. So this part, I really like. This is where we get to do the loop-de-loop. Except, I screw it up a lot of times. not super easy to do. It's not that it's super complicated, but it's all about angling and timing, which can be a bit tricky if you're inexperienced. Or just suck at your own maps, like me. But here, let me go back a little bit. We'll put a marker down. And try to land that. There we go. This is the money shot. Let's do it. I was very wrong, but we almost did. Try it again. Close but no cigar. Eggman's sitting in his chair over there laughing his ass off at me, pretending to be Sonic. And we went the other way. You know, once I do this, I'm going to show it to you from the third person. It's going to look pretty cool. Maybe I'll even show you all the times I fuck up. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. Yeah, come on. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I was feeling something, but it wasn't it. Man, this is a lot harder than I remember. I know. Ah, damn it. In the other Green Hill Zone map I have, which isn't quite Green Hill Zone, it's Green Hill Zone Extreme, basically, which is a remake of a Green Hill Zone skate park from the canceled Sonic the Hedgehog Extreme X. We did it! Let us look at that. Alright, here we go. Let's do this. Go free camera. Get a load of this. Wait, how far? Okay. Dun da da da, dun da da da, da 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 da. That looked kind of sketchy, but you know what? We did it. Yes. So the Green Hill Zone Extreme map is a remake of a Green Hill Zone based skate park from a canceled Xbox game, Sonic the Hedgehog Extreme, which you actually can download and play, but unless you have an Xbox dev kit, it's going to be really buggy on an emulator, and I don't think it works at all on a normal Xbox. So, but hey, if you got the money to snag yourself a dev kit, it's like, what, $300 if on the cheap side? You can play it completely. It's pretty cool. It plays like a game called Tech Deck Bare Knuckle Grind, which I actually wanted to play as a kid. It's made by the same developers, using pretty much the same physics engine assets and all that stuff, but with a Sonic skin, which is pretty cool. And rumor has it that development team pitched a lot of ideas in there, and it had a lot of concepts even in prototype. And Sega ended up taking that, excluding them, and turning them into Sonic Riders, which they were legally in their right to do. They had it in the contract of the meeting. But still kind of scummy, man. Like, that, you took something that they came up with to make it for your own. I'm like, that's disappointing. Think what Sonic Riders could have been otherwise. I mean, I really like Sonic Riders, but Sonic Riders is a hard game to get into. It's very fun, but it's not beginner-friendly at all. It rewards skilled play, but it's incredibly aggravating. But imagine a Sonic the Hedgehog-styled Tony Hawk game. Or imagine if even Sonic Riders was a mix, you know what I mean? It played more like Tony Hawk, but it was like Tony Hawk Downhill Jam. I'm not sure. I wish they would just... It would have come out. They could have also made Sonic Riders, you know? Could have done a lot of cool stuff. Although I do love Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity I couldn't get into. I tried. It was just... Controls were weird. Again, I want to try it again. I used the GameCube controller, and I think it is more about the Wii controller. But it's also for the PS2, so maybe it'll match better. But it feels a bit clunky, and I don't quite get it as much as I do the first one. Like, the first one, when it clicks, but the Wii one doesn't ever seem to click. And then Free Riders was supposed to be a legitimate game, but Microsoft was like, hey, Sega, here's money, make it exclusive for the Kinect. And who's Sega to turn down, you know, quality for money, you know, so. Anyway, that's Green Hill Zone. There's the ring at the end, which is the finish ring. It'll actually take you back to the front to start. So, let me look here. I got a sticky note with what we're doing. So that was Mario World, followed by Sonic, So I have Banjo-Kazooie, Sly Cooper, Metal Gear Solid, and Dead Space. So I really like my Dead Space map. Let's do that one. And this one is very much like a downhill jam, except it's not all downhill. It's completely linear for the most part, even though there are some areas to skate. It's a really cool like obstacle course. I bent out the meter to as much as I could, which I did with all the maps, but this one is just really, really long. I love it. So you start out, you know what? Let's make this more fitting. Let us go into free play mode. For those of you who have Skate 3, you might notice that there are some secret characters. One of them being Isaac Clarke from Dead Space. Yeah! So it really is Dead Space, so let's do it. So in the beginning, all this black water here is supposed to just be space, so it's supposed to be blocking out space right there. It's not supposed to look healthy in here. It's supposed to look like a damaged spaceship, which I think I did a decent job. There is one half pipe for when you're first starting out. So if you want to just get yourself familiarized with kind of like how the map will go, which means you'll probably fall a lot. It's a lot of cramped areas and a lot of not being sure what to do or where to go. But once you find out, it's pretty cool in the long run, especially if you're trying to get to the end in a short amount of time. But let's actually do this here. So what we want to do is we want to jump into that hole while we're on our board. And we're going to have to crouch. Might take a few tries. Might take more than a few tries. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool as hell? That was supposed to be... Now, because I can't actually do everything, this was supposed to be a big box. It looks like space. So, once you go in here, when you're skating, it looks like, whoa, you're surrounded by space or whatever, even though it's just water. But there's only so much you can do in the game. So let me go back up. I won't I won't jump through the thing again. I'll just go inside. But I'll continue it from the beginning. I love that. I like to do... okay. Yeah, well, that's Skate 3 for you. I like doing a lot of that stuff on my maps. So let's rock. Alright, let's try that again. Did I mention I'm awful? Maybe I shouldn't have made everything one color. It's kind of hard to see. I really hope they make a Skate 4, because it seems like EA were on the track to making a Skate 4. You know, I'm not too fond of EA, but they've been doing a lot of stuff right lately, especially after they've kind of fucked up a lot. Like, I know there's a new Command & Conquer. It's not for consoles, and it's a mobile game, but hey, at least they're bringing Command & Conquer back, so that could lead... Interest in that, or hatred of that, could lead to a new full game. Session, it was announced that it would be coming to the Xbox One, so EA might be like, oh, hey, well, you know what, we already have a franchise, and we can just capitalize on that. People have been wanting it, so... So this area here, right? I guess this isn't space here. I don't know what this is, but there's supposed to be just pieces floating there. And you can either go over the rail, or you can walk around. It's supposed to be a hole in the ceiling. But here, let me grind over the rail. This is about skating, not about walking. And what I really liked about this map is I did a lot of things to try to mess with people. Particularly that, where everything looks really weird, and then you don't realize that you're going to flop and hit the ground. Then you get down here, you're like, oh shit, where do I go? You know, where do I go? And then you look and, oh, there's a hole there. So then you look at this plywood, and you use that to give you some speed, so you can actually get in the hole. And now we're getting somewhere. And here comes into more of the cramped level design. Now we're in a half pipe. And you're like, oh, okay, alright. Is this the end of the level? Where do I go now? You know, you look over here, there's another hole. So you're like, alright, I'll crouch under that. But, oh no, you're too big to crouch under it. So however do you get under? Well, let's talk to our buddy the coffin. Yeah, look at that. Neat fun stuff. And you can actually skate some of these areas, but I'm just going to go through them. most part. Yeah, it's actually kind of hard to see what I'm doing on this map. Not only is it the fact that the whole thing is gray, but my TV also has this weird motion blur. And this part is kind of difficult. It's all about platforming. So, you can actually skate some of this, believe it or not, but I'm not gonna. I'll skate the end there. And look where that gets me. Alright. So, the only clear, obvious path here, right? You really pretty much go up. Then you're boxed in. And then you get the idea. Aha! It's a ramp! So as we go down the ramp, we gain speed, we get excited, we go off the jump. And I fuck up, and it looks significantly lame. Let's turn around. You know what? No, I'm gonna try that again. That sucked ass. I don't know if you noticed, but on the bottom of Isaac Clarke's shoes is actually blood, because he stomps on necromorphs in the game. How did I screw that up twice? Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you get into more cramped areas, this one has angled walls. I thought that was a neat touch. Then we start going into tunnels. Again, it's a very, very linear level. But you never kind of know what is coming around the corner. Is try to always put different materials, so you're never skating the same thing in this. Very maze-like, very cramped, very confusing. Not concluded, unless... Recluded? Isolated? Not quite sure of the word I'm looking for, but you're supposed to feel alone, it's supposed to feel very empty. And I think I did a good job of that. There we go, now we have a more clear shot of where we're going. I feel more like I'm playing Sonic here than I did on Green Hill Zone. Oh, I think we're... I want to say we're getting near the end. Let's do this. Yep. Yeah, this is right near the end. Oh, oh, oh. It was almost cool. No, it wasn't. You gotta make a lot of big jumps near the end. Otherwise you hit the space, you hit the water, and then you just flop and fail. Well, that spot right there is the end, so we'll get there. I don't know why I'm saying we. You guys aren't doing anything. But you can be doing something. If you're interested in playing the levels, you can download them. You just have to go to the Bonehead Clan under Team Finder. I keep saying that because I don't know who's going to jump into this at when. Oh, come on. Admittedly, what I just did was pretty cool, but that's not what I wanted to do, so... Alright. We try one more time. Oh, here's the end. Yay, we did it. And so this is what the mess of a level looks like from the outside. It's this very, very big, bumpy, tubey thing. All these kind of weird contraptions everywhere. I don't even know how to describe it other than jank. But that is Dead Space. So let me see what's next. So next thing, I hope you guys like Banjo-Kazooie because I made Spiral Mountain, which is another semi-old level, where it's kind of fun to play, but also kind of not. Let's do it. I really hope they make a Banjo 3. Because they make Nuts and Bolts, which admittedly I really like that game, but it's not a Banjo-Kazooie game. Oh. Here we are. Spiral Mountain. And of course we start at the top of the mountain. And there we got Gruntilda's head. And we look around, and I kind of based it off of the Spiral Mountain hub world from Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. That's the one I'm most familiar with, and it has really, really nice graphics, really pretty visuals. And it kind of looks a bit plain, but the Gruntilda side is one of my favorite part, and the mountain itself is fun to skate on. So let's give that a try. Let us grind over to Gruntilda's head, huh? Yeah, look at the snaz there. And then if we look from here, we can see a map in a much better light here. And there's actually a fair amount of ways you can go, because you can actually go down this ramp here. Let me see if I can do it from here. Anyway, you could go through that spot on the right to where the mountain is, like a big jump, or you can go to the mountain on the left where there's a small crevice. No, you're not supposed to land. Damn it! You're not supposed to land on the grass. You're supposed to land on the thing just in front of the grass. So let's see. If you get too much speed, it's not going to work, because then you might land wrong. Kind of like that. But you also have to get enough speed, otherwise you're not even going to make it. Physics, man. How do they work? Yep, there we go. And I flubbed it. Nice. Yeah, shit. Look at that. I like that. That's probably why I like this one. Snazzy. It flows well. Of course, not all the map is like that. Pretty much it's integral to how you use the ramp by Gruntilda's head. Otherwise, you don't get too much speed at all, and there's not too much flow. But I think I used up most of the meter in the map. So I won't be editing it much to try to improve it. You can actually skate the top of Gruntilda's hat here. You know what? I want to get another better look at that. You got Gruntilda's boofy head over here. And what did I used to... it's funny. The back of a semi-oil tanker for one of her eyes. Actually, the other one, too. That's funny. Alright, let me go back up to the top. Wait, no. I didn't skate that part yet. So we're going to do that. That's what we're going to do next. Here we go. Close, but no cigar. There are plenty of maps I have. I should probably give those a try. What? Oh my god. There's a little... I guess there's a little nick right there in the map that fucks me up. Let's hope I can get past that. You can if you crouch. Okay. This is upsetting, huh? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people who play Skate 3 a lot still make YouTube videos on it, like all about how to do some realistic skating stuff, and then we just have me jumping off of a homemade hat statue trying to go through a mountain. Very different dynamic. I just need to get this once, then I don't have to do it anymore. If I don't get it... That's something. In a lot of my maps, I seem to not make things quite perfect, and there's always one spot that doesn't work quite right, that people are, like, stuck on. Like, they have to get this. I think it's really funny, because I do the exact same thing. Alright, we'll go over here. We're past that now. Wait, you know what? I didn't... Okay. I didn't go from this side and actually get all the way through, so maybe we can try that again. Looks a lot lamer when you fail. Sick tricks. Look at that. Yeah! Now you do a nice little loop. Or not. No, no, forget it. Who needs a loop? Am I right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I'm still as a clerk. This is Spiral Mountain. This is Banjo-Kazooie. Good old wholesome fun. And I'm a guy who steps on aliens' heads for fun. Fun, for safety, for danger. Action. Yeah, okay. This map is not made quite well. There's a lot of nicks in the floor that screw up your skating. But early map, I'll excuse it. I just won't play it. Skate 3 is also buggy, too. So, Nollie 360 inward heel. Let me see if I can try that. I don't think I'm going to be doing any trick requests. No, that's a pop, shove it, under flip. That's a laser flip. I had a lot of trouble doing a heel flip. To pop shove it again. Oh, there we go. Okay, so no, it's a pop shove it. Alright, never mind. I will do this. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Alright, so much for cool. This is supposed to be the farm area over here. Oh, I didn't even go down the mountain. You know that song, They'll Be Coming Around the Mountain? Okay. We'll be going down the mountain really fast. And I'll probably screw up, but we're gonna do it. Okay. Here we go. This is a moment that would make Jackass proud. This is actually Skate 3 on the 360, but I'm an Xbox One guy. I wanted to get a PS4, but still there's no reason for me to get one. I would have said Ratchet and Clank, but I hear the gameplay is really good, but the story is kind of meh. Doesn't do the originals very much justice. God of War isn't my style. I actually played Uncharted 4 at a friend's house, and I played Infamous Second Son also at a friend's house. I do have a PS3 though. I'm playing this on a PS3 right now. I still play 360 sometimes. I play Xbox One. If I had a PS4, I'd be playing it. But being as the generation seems like it's going to be coming to an end soon, I might wait to see what's going to be happening with the next Xbox, with the next PlayStation, and what's happening with the future of Nintendo and their Nintendo Switch, and whatever the hell they're doing with that. Oh yeah, no. Ratchet & Clank was great on the PS2. I played the first one. The story in that was incredible. The game design was really good. Gameplay-wise, it feels a bit heavy. It feels good to control, but a bit heavy, and the game is hard. And I would say some of it was unfair, definitely the last level. Luckily I had the Rhino by that point, so that kind of made it fair. But like it didn't hold your hand very much. You know, it was actually a challenge. And I probably would have stopped that game if there wasn't a challenge, you know. Because while the story was neat, I don't think anything there on its own was enough to keep me. But altogether, it was an awesome experience. So I have yet to actually play 2 and 3, although I have played Deadlocked, and you know, I might give the reboot a try, but not without a PS4. Sly Cooper, that series was amazing on the PS2, along with Jak and Daxter, although Jak 2 just kind of came out of nowhere with, hey, look, guns. But Jak 2 was really, really awesome, just really, really hard, a lot like the original Ratchet and Clank. Sly Cooper, I love Sly Cooper to death. I really hope they make another one, or they do a remake of the original. As much as I'd like a Sly 5, you know, continuing the future past timeline kind of thing, I also don't want just repeats of Sly's adventures, because if they do, let's say Henriette One-Eye Cooper, it's one of his ancestors, they're going to just redo the pirate thing again. I'd like to see a new adventure with him. I know that didn't sound like I said much of anything, but I'd like a new Sly Cooper. I'd like a new Ratchet and Clank. I'd like a new Jak and Daxter. I love all the PS2 games. Moving on from that, let's see what I have left here. I have Metal Gear Solid was really great too. Metal Gear Solid, Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, so just Metal Gear Solid and Sly Cooper. So let me do Metal Gear Solid. I think it's Shadow Moses. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. And Paris is Sly Cooper. Both of those weren't. I didn't make them very good. No, Going Commando I didn't play yet. A lot of times I get Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal confused. I'm actually not sure which is the second one. I want to say Going Commando is the second one in the series. I don't know where you hail from, but you could always find it on eBay. You could, I think, download it as a PS2 classic on the PS3. And they have it in the collection on the PS3. Word of warning, never get the Sly collection on the PS3. It's bad. The original games are much better. Just play them on a PS3. It'll upscale the graphics a bit. But the visual rendering does not look good in comparison. But no, I haven't played Going Commando. Just the original, some of Deadlocked. This is Shadow Moses Island. It's a recreation of the starting area from Metal Gear Solid. And it's kind of, really I think it serves in this game more as a big junkyard than anything else. Kind of feel like I could have done more with it, I just didn't know what to do with it. So you know what, maybe just while we're here, let me try to grab some pieces and I'll just see if I can improve upon it a little bit. Yeah, okay. We need vert terrain. It doesn't look quite right. No, that doesn't look quite right at all. Okay, never mind. I won't try to fix anything. I'm just going to skate around. This part here is the elevator. Everything is drastically oversized, but being as we're in a skateboarding game, I figured that's alright. These levels don't always look exactly like what they're supposed to. It's more that the blueprint of those maps from the game is what I based it off of. So, where it might not look like it in terms of, oh, the colors are all wrong, and there was never a forklift there. Yeah, no, there wasn't. But there were also never skate ramps in Shadow Moses Island. The point is the blueprint of the map is completely here, and now I've made it skatable. Oh, that's not perfect. It's very far from perfect. And this map is probably one of my weaker ones. Could have been really cool, but I just don't think it came out quite right. actually wanted to make a Jurassic Park map where it has actual winding road going all around the park. And then in the center, you have all the jungle stuff. You have, like... It was going to be kind of like a mix of, like, a Donkey Kong map in Jurassic Park. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Maybe you'd have huts, but you'd have wooden buildings, and you'd have electronic buildings. You'd have a skate park made of, like, wood and dirt, and then you'd have another one made of stone and whatnot. But, I actually, my save data is almost completely full on my PS3, and I don't want to lose everything, so I refuse to make any more maps. Although I have saved a few more replays, and I've seemed to be alright. But I don't, honestly, I shouldn't even be doing that. If I save one more, my system might crash, so I don't want that to happen. This is Shadow Moses Island. A remote base off the coast of Alaska. God, you know, I actually never played the original Metal Gear Solid. I played a bit of it, but I never played it to completion. I did play all of the Twin Snakes to completion. That was really awesome. And I might play the original Metal Gear Solid on my Dreamcast. Actually, that's something fun to talk about. Metal Gear Solid actually only ever came out for the original PS1. It was re-released on the PS3 as a PS1 classic. But, it did come out on a disc. Well, actually, I shouldn't say it came out on a disc. You can play it on your Dreamcast through something called Bleem, which allowed you to play PS1 games on your computer back in the day, made by a company called Bleem. And then what they started doing is they started saying, hey, you know, the Dreamcast actually has the capability to play PS1 games. You know, it can do it because they run on CDs, the Dreamcast runs on CDs, so they came out with a few discs, one for Tekken 3, one for Gran Turismo 2, and one for Metal Gear Solid. And what you do is once you have that disc, you put it in your system, it'll load up, and then you take it out and put in Metal Gear Solid. And you can play Metal Gear Solid on your Dreamcast with controls mapped to the Dreamcast. You know, square and circle, triangle, X will still all appear because it's a PS1 game. But now it has upped graphics, it has better resolution, texture smoothing, and it will run on your Dreamcast, which is really, really cool. The company actually got sued out of business, unfortunately, way back in the day. A beta did get leaked for it, so there are some games on the PS1 that you can play on your Dreamcast, even though the compatibility is usually not great. Some of them, like Strider 2, works really well. Klonoa works okay, I think. Yeah, although the sound is completely bonked. Pac-Man World, I think everything is fine with the exception of the music. And pretty much everything that had FMV cutscenes is fucked. I think Castlevania Symphony of the Night works if you can figure out how to get past the menus. Like, it's very laggy and sluggish to try to start up. I'm a very big proponent for trying old games, beta builds, mods, stuff like that. So I worked with it in a while. I might show it off sometime, because a lot of people have never heard of it. And it's kind of like an old novelty. And I love it so much. I think it's so cool. So this is pretty much it for Shadow Moses. There's not too much here. It's fairly plain. It's like, it's alright. You know, nothing super special. Yeah, okay. So, let me pull up another map. The last one I have on the list here is Sly Cooper, which is Paris. Which again, I think is even worse than the Metal Gear Solid map. But I'm going to put it on. And then a few other maps I have that... Well, they are video game levels. But they're both from Sonic. And I thought about giving them their own spot. Maybe I should just do them here, because they are a video game. Yeah, fuck it, why not? So I'll do this one, and then I'll put on Chemical Plant. Both the modern version and the classic version. Which are both really, really cool. Well, the second one's really cool. The first one's just more of a proof of concept. So this is Paris from Sly Cooper. And like in the beginning, Sly is running on rooftops, and he jumps on the Les Police sign. And then he gets onto the main rooftop that starts the mission. and I tried to recreate it very well. I think I also ran out of pieces in this one too, despite it looking somewhat plain. But the main part here, I think I did good justice on keeping it to what it's supposed to look like. Although it is a bit barren. Probably could have cut out the rest of the map, like the linear portion, and expanded more on the rooftop. But I didn't, so whatever. It would have been cool if I made that, wouldn't it? So again, a lot of these maps may not resemble what they're supposed to look like too much in the terms of visual department. But in blueprints, I recreated them as well as possible to what they're supposed to look like. And so now we're going to play it like we would play Sly Cooper here, where we're supposed to jump on the radio antennas on top of the roof. Let me get over here, and I flubbed it! Wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. Woo! Okay, we're gonna warp up there. Yeah, and just like in the game, you have to whack it with your cane to get it open, but in here you just have to move a dumpster with your hands. That's fairly easy. And then I also made it so that there's actually ramps on this part here, and there's a little secret half pipe if you dare to explore. Alright, let's continue the level. So this is where it gets a bit more linear and a bit more cramped. And it's supposed to be sneaky, but again we're in a skateboarding game, so it's not really sneaky. Off to a great start, huh? A lot of this would be so cool if it didn't suck so much ass. Alright, we're just going to continue. Yeah, there are some little half-pipe areas here, but nothing too special. But here is where it gets kind of neat, and you have to walk on this thin edge to go around. Like you're sneaking around a building. Can't you tell? I'm a master thief. And in here there's nothing to skate. But if we go down here, we get down the fire escape. Let's try that again. Alright, this kind of sucks, huh? Once you get... Alright. If we go this way instead. We go... Oh my god. We go down a big ramp. Get a lot of speed. We'll see how high we can go. This is, not my day, huh? Let me see if I can hop over the whole thing. I cannot. Can I wall ride it? No, I cannot. Man, this just kind of sucks. probably as good as we're gonna get, so I'll take it. Not very high. Okay, let us go to chemical plant, because this was a really lame one to end it off with, and I don't want to end it off with that. I have two versions of chemical plant. The first chemical plant I ever made, I was somewhat young, and it wasn't very good. It was more about platforming than it was about skating. And then I made Chemical Plant Modern, I called it, which is a reference to Generations. But basically, I took this shitty map, and I made it really, really fun. I can't even express how much fun I have on that map. This one, however, is just a novelty now, so let's do this. Barely resembles Chemical Plant at all. It's got the pink liquid. It's got some yellow stuff. It's got aggravation, so you know it's Chemical Plant. Man, look at me go, huh? Look at that. Alright. There it is. There's that purple liquid we all know and love. Let's see if we can get across it. Not really. Okay, try it again. And my favorite saying is you try... Ah, shit. You try, you fail, you try, you fail. You never truly fail until you stop trying. Alright, if we can get enough speed, we can loop around the tube and shoot him down. Maybe I should just walk. What do you think? Yeah, this whole skating thing isn't working out for me very well. My grandmother always told me I'd never be a professional skater, and I said, up yours, Grandma, and look where I am now. She was right. Holy shit, you gotta fuck up pretty bad to do that. Alright, let's just zip over there. That part kinda sucks. Again, this map is a novelty. This was old. A lot of platforming. How did I even fall from that? Alright, come on. There we go. Let me place a marker so we don't die. I died anyway. Died again. Died one more time. Okay, we're gonna skip that because that's stupid. Here we go. And this is one of the only skate parky areas. It's got a lot of stuff in the way, like fences, and the ceiling, and the pole. Otherwise, it looks really cool. It just isn't. But what is cool is this little spot over here, which also doesn't function very well, but it's still cool looking. That about sums up my old maps. Hey, I want to make something that looks cool, and then it doesn't play well at all. It does look really neat. I mean, I got all like purple liquid everywhere. Don't you just hate it when you forget how to bend down and your neck hits a wall? Rather, it hits a floor. Alright, let me see if I can get up there. Not quite how I thought, but it worked. Alright, moving on. Back over here. We're going to get on this platform. We're going to jump over the barrels. And actually, this part you can skate. This I tried to make a ramp out of fences, although it's pretty shitty. Somehow I managed to do that. And I'm back here. Alright, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna skip that. That's, again, that's stupid. That is so stupid. And go down this hole. Everybody get excited. We're going in a hole. And look at that. We did it. We're at the end. And this is a little skate park area. Exciting stuff. Alright. This is Eggman, too. Like, from Green Hill Zone, where he's just floating there, being a fucko. That's funny, I put the trash can on a chair. That's fun. Okay, well, this is what it looks like from the top. And I think it does look fairly cool looking, but it doesn't function well at all. Now, however, skate plant, chemical plant, modern is very good. Let me see, let me pull it up. Chemical plant M. Tail walk 540. I can try it, but honestly I don't even know how to do that. Oh! They brought pictures back. That's nice. This one is very good. Right off the bat we can see there's a ramp, so we have something to skate. The layout of the beginning is a bit different. And you know what? I'm just going to give you a huge overview. Look what I did to this map. Look how fucking huge it is now. Look at that. That is really, really expansive. And there is a lot to actually skate. Like, this map has so much intricacy to it. I don't know. It's just crazy, crazy big. So I'm going to start off at the beginning, and I'm going to show you exactly how big and how much potential this map has. So even in the beginning, we just have this little skating area, right, little skate ramp to get you some speed. You can go down the rails, you can skip them. You can even continue this like we did the other map, because now I actually made it so you can get over here. Got rid of the goo. Although, clearly I'm no good at my maps. Look at that. And actually, that jump here, this thing, there is... I don't know if I can show you it from here. There's a platform above that you can actually get to if you get a high enough speed. But let's continue. Like I said, this whole thing is skatable. And this right here is actually I think this is the secret area that I made. But we'll go back to that later. More platforming. And this rail is finally in a working order now. Did I say working? Look at that. It'll actually take you somewhere as opposed to just making you fall over. I stand corrected. There we go. Keep going. Now over here, I got rid of a lot of the stuff that was in the way, and now this is significantly more skatable. And a lot of the fences are gone. The pole is still there, but a lot of the fences that were in the way are now no longer in the way. It's a nice little half pipe. First thing I'm doing is I'm just showing off this the linear portion of it, and then I'm going to really get into the expansive stuff. So let's go back up here, and now we can actually get to the other side. This... Oh, I left this. I forgot about this. You can kind of skate that. Kind of. Okay. Since I'm no good at that, we're going to just continue. Here we go. So let's get these barrels out of the way. Huh? Yes. Oh, shit. Almost there, guys. And then we're at the end. And we got a big... I say big. We have a neat kind of skate park area here. And this just allows you to skate around, right? Which most people probably want to do is skate. Nice little curves here that can launch you out. And if you can do it right, they can actually launch you over to these ramps. But I don't have enough speed from where I am. Alright. So here we go. Let me just get to the end. And then I'll go back and I'll show you what you can really do with this map. So right off the bat, we have a few different paths you can go. You can either take the rails, you can hop over the steps, you can go to the right of them and actually go down this screen here, which also has a rail on it. If you do that, it'll take you to this ramp. And then you can actually grind the top of the screen or take this rail over to the other side. So already connecting the lap in a lot of neat ways. Actually, okay. This rail here, I actually forgot about this. This actually takes you all the way to the top, but it's really hard to maneuver, so we'll get back to that. Something over here I really like is the tube. And what you can do is you can take this tube, if you can get over to it, which apparently I can't. And that'll shoot you right to the end, but with an incredible amount of speed, as you could probably guess. Apparently, I can't handle. Look at that. Hey! Look at that, we made it up here. You could actually do a lot with that. Whether it be to gain speed, so if you land in that loop, you can actually shoot yourself back. Actually, another way you can do it too, there's another tunnel down there, so if you fall off in just the right way, you can go down that one. And you can also launch yourself to the continued path that lies within the purple group at the end, if you do it right. Really wish I didn't make every part of the tube gray. It is so hard to see. By the way, anyone who's interested watching now, if you want to download any of these maps, what you can do is you go to Team Finder and you type in the Bonehead Clan, same name as the channel, and then you go under Maps, and that's where they'll all be. Alright, I'll do this one more time before I get stuck on this. Did I say one more time? I mean, I'll do it one more time successfully. Successful enough. So once we get over here, we have this extended area here. It's supposed to be broken pieces lying around in the group. You can actually skate. And it's a little extended linear path. And that can be fun. It can be a little tricky to maneuver, but if you're good, you can actually get it in one go. Of course, we can see I am not good, so I am not getting it in one go. And I'm back here. Alright, let me show you another path from here. So there's that tube down there. And we can actually land inside of it. It's a bit tricky to do. When you do it, it's very rewarding. But because I suck, I won't even try it. But this spot over here. You get enough speed, you can jump, land on the wall, get an enormous amount of momentum, and there's a lot of skating area down there. Huge ramps, huge jumps, huge air, huge consequences, huge medical bills. This area actually used to be a lot harder. There were more things in the way. Thankfully, I removed them. I removed some of them, I should say, because clearly a lot's still there. But I won't dwell on any area for too long, because there's a lot to show. Look at that. I don't know if you saw, but I launched over the entire thing, and there's actually another section at the bottom. The whole bottom is like one massive skate park. It's very hard to control your speed. But everything here is very intricately laid out, and you can actually connect this entire bottom pathway. A lot of it's very tricky to maneuver when you have a massive amount of speed. But if you can maneuver it, you can make some really sick lines. And then if you ever want to go back up, simply just walk back up the path. Which is something I really liked about this one, is that I think you can completely backtrack this, although it is somewhat difficult with these small rails like this. You can pretty much go all the way back. If not, you know, you could just start from the beginning of the level, like hold up on the D-pad with L1. So let me go back over here, and let me show you another cool section. Because right below this, there's that secret pathway. So if we get enough speed on the tube below us, we can actually zip right up to that. We can get it from here, I believe, but it's much cooler the way I'm going to try to do it. Yeah, look at that. And I fucked up, but hey, I touched it. So we know it's real. Let me see. I can probably get to it from... Yeah, right here I can get to it. There we go. It's just a cool little half pipe. But again, like all the other parts, this connects to everything. I'm going to place a marker so we can actually use this to connect to this ramp over here. And of course I screw it up, but we can use that to get over there. And connect to this area. I just keep hitting the rim. That's why it's not working. And even further, if we go around this, we can get to that ramp right in front of me where I just touched. So... Ah! Sketched it. We'll stick to this one for now. You know what? I think the trick... I need to crouch is what I'm not doing. Yeah, there we go. Again, I'm not the greatest, but you get the idea. And then you can even trick back down off of here. I don't even know how I did that. Now, let's go back up top. I can show you a little more overview here, and I can show you some more good sequences you can do. So, when you go down here, this, you can hop over this using this ramp. You can go through this tunnel. You can go over it. And then that allows you to choose whether you want to quickly curve, go up this. You want to go off the jump, go through the tunnel. And the tunnel can actually take you back to this, get you some speed again. You go down this, go off this ramp, shoot back up, and we'll actually send you over about over here. Again, if enough speed, you could hop on this platform, hop over this. From this side, you can grind this rail right over to this split half pipe here and get some airspeed like that. In this area, you can actually jump down, go down that quarter pipe. Same thing from going over here, off of that. If you get enough speed and land it right, you can get on that. And there's just so much cool stuff like that you can do, especially this bottom area. But before we go back to that, I want to show you the top, because I actually can't spawn myself at the top. It's too high up, the game won't let me. So it's going to be a treacherous walk to get up there. And we're going to do it. And the amount of speed you can get from that is crazy. The amount of difficulty it takes to get up there is crazy. Okay, here we go. Alright. I said very, very difficult to get up there. If I could spawn myself up there, I would. But this is what I had to do. Okay. Can place a marker down. Thank God for that marker, huh? A checkpoint, that's what I call that. Almost. Yeah, alright, there we go. Halfway there. The first part, I think, is the hardest part. Almost there. Oh my God. As you can see, it's very high up. So you know it'll be worth the run. Ah. So when you go too slow, it like doesn't lock on. When you go too fast, it'll just shoot you right off. This is one of those really like rewarding secrets. Like if you find this, yo, you're a beast. Almost, almost. Yes! So this, it looks very plain because I couldn't put too much up here. But the draw is not the roof itself, but it's what you can do from the rooftop. And you get a super amount of speed. You go all the way down. And you just soar. As you can see, I screwed it up. But you manage to land one of those, you can do anything. the amount of playtesting we did in this map, me and Matt and some other friends of mine, like, this was the only map that everyone was, like, having a lot of fun actually playing. Like, so much fun that we just kept trying it over and over and over again. That was great. Tweaked it. I gotta angle it more. That's what I'm doing now. Oh, angled it too much. There I had the angle right, but then I missed the ramp. I want to try to shoot myself somewhat sideways, like when I first went down, but I seem to be screwing that up. The problem is, as you're going down, the camera turns in such a way it makes it fairly difficult to see what you're doing. You got a ringside seat to your own smackdown, brother. You look like Sonic the Hedgehog's mother. Okay, don't know what happened there, but you know what? Whatever. I know I said I wouldn't dwell on any area too long, but this is unbelievably fun to do. Did I say fun? I read painful. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. You know what? For the viewers, let's do it. See, I gotta bail. I'm getting too much speed when I'm bailing. Here we go. There we go. Should turn on a hole of meat for that. Yes! Look at that. That is what I'm talking about. If I didn't suck so much, you'd be able to see that a lot more. But anyway, that's a lot of what you can do in this map. This map, genuinely, if you play Skate 3, I would really recommend downloading this. Like, not just because it's my map, but I've spent hours here. I've spent hours, maybe total time, you know, on other maps collectively, but just one go, I played this for hours. I'm not so good at the game anymore, so I won't be playing it for hours as much anymore. But I love this map so much. It's just so fun to make some lines together, man. Like, I built it for the intense purpose of skating. But the other ones, it's like, yeah, I want it to be skateable, but I want it to have a theme. This one was like, this map has a theme, but this map sucks. I want to make it so you can skate it. And that's why this map came out the best, because I built off of something that had a cool idea but didn't quite work. It had good concepts. And this, I made even more good concepts, but they were based around skating, and I just kept the theme of it. That's why it came out so nice. And then, of course, there's, you know, the secret spots, too. Like this up here, this is a secret area. And there's not much to it, but it's secret and cool. And it's like, yeah, if you don't want to stay up here, then you can do this, you know? Let me see, because I didn't try going for that. Yeah, look, remember I mentioned that? Oh! The only problem is you can't see what you're doing half the time. And if we look over here, if I can get up here, probably even do some more things. If you get a nice running start, you might be able to, yeah, see that tube down there? You could probably land in that. Or I'll hit my face on that. Ooh! Ooh, it curved. I would have gotten it, but I just didn't. One more time. One more time. Oh! Yes! No! Alright, well you can see. And so, secret areas. There is like one more secret area that I remember. Because this is what you can all get to. And it's really, there's nothing to skate there. But it's just kind of cool. So, it's over here. Because it was an accidental placement. It was just some empty space. And I said, fuck it. You know what? Let me make it a treat for people who venture to find it. And I think it's this little spot right here. Yep, look at that. So if you have the know-how and the ability to get over here, there's a Monster Energy machine. And that's it. That's your reward. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And this area here is still supposed to be a bit clunky. Because it's supposed to let you know, okay, this is where it becomes platform-oriented more than it becomes skate-oriented. And when everything's really easy and flowing, that's when it's skate-oriented. So it does still have some of those ties. You can actually just go... No, you can't. Ah, never mind, I was wrong. I'll admit it, I was wrong. It's not often, but I am wrong sometimes. That's pretty much it for this map. What I will do before I end it is I'm going to skate around the bottom a little bit without an incredible amount of speed, just so you can see how the lines work just on their own runway. And I think they do still work pretty well. There we go. And some of the pieces on the floor seem to connect with each other in a bad way. So it's not perfect. Man, I am not doing good. What the hell was that? Yep, alright. Maybe I should end it. I'm just kind of bumming out. Hello there, David Gamer. I'm glad you said hello. I think I'm just about ready to end this stream, actually. I was going to do another one right after this, just showing off the rest of my maps. So if anyone's interested in that, I probably will still do that right after I end this. But I'm not 100%. I'll try this one last time. One last time from the other side. How the hell? Okay, whatever. Right. Okay, well, that will be the end of this stream. I'm glad of you. I'm glad whoever of you were here and enjoyed and stayed to watch and all that blim blam shit, because I can't speak right now. One last time, this is a big overview of this map. And just how huge it actually is. This has been Nick S. of the Bonehead Clan. Again, if anyone is interested in downloading these maps, you pause your game, whether you're on Xbox 360, PS3, PC, wherever. You go over to... Well, it's not here, but you'd go over to Team Finder and then search the Bonehead Clan. And that's where you'd find me and my maps. So keep it real. Keep it to the Bonehead Clan.